So today I'm going to be playing this Aviana+Kun Cthulhu deck. There's nothing too special about my list. This exact list has been around for like a couple months at this point. I do like this deck a lot. I think it's pretty fun to play, but I wasn't really planning on doing any recordings of it just because the deck's been around for so long. So many people have played so many different versions of it. But I'm at the point where I kind of feel like I've done what I can with the Mean Streets of Gadgetzan cards. Maybe at this point I'll start focusing more on the Blackrock Mountain Grand Tournament and League of Explorers cards that are going to be rotating out soon. See if there's anything interesting I can do with those before they're out of standard. Or maybe if you think that I've missed something interesting with Gadgetzan cards, you can point it out to me. But anyway, for today, I'm just playing this good old Druid list that's been around for a while. I think it basically gets wrecked by aggro, but does pretty well against Reno decks. So let's just hope I get some good matchups. Alright, he's playing Druid. I can beat Druid because I'm playing Druid. I probably just want Ramp, right? Give me Wild Growth, give me Innervate. I guess with this hand I'm probably playing Doomsayer on 3 into Cthulhu's Chosen Coin Dark Arakoa. Unless he's some like janky aggro Druid, then maybe I play Doomsayer on 2. Oh, I got the Wild Growth, nice. So I could coin Wild Growth into Doomsayer, but if I coin the Wild Growth, then I can't even play the Arakoa after the Chosen, so that's probably not worth. Easy Wild Growth. If he was like a Shaman or something, maybe I'd consider the Doomsayer there, but Druid's not going to do anything too scary on turn 3 anyway. I actually have a really sick curve of just like put minions on the board with Chosen into double Arakoa into Twin Emperor Veclor. And if there's a class that would work against, it would be Druid. So I guess weak Hearthstone now. Okay, fair enough. I could swipe here instead of spending my coin, but I think making an Arakoa is pretty nice. The Chosen takes a nice trade here anyway. I kind of want to pop the bubble on this thing and get value out of it soon, so that the bubble doesn't just die to swipe. Not that swipe would have necessarily been that good on this board. I could mulch, I could swipe. I actually don't have like a super good looking play here. Maybe this is Disciple of Cthulhu plus Chosen into this, and then just Hero Power into this guy. The Disciple of Cthulhu is already kind of weak to a Wrath or a Living Roots anyway, so maybe I don't mind trading it off. I could also just put the 4 damage on my Arakoa, but then he gets pretty weak. I could also just play my other Arakoa and pass. Like, I don't have to do anything here. Maybe the play is just mulch Disciple of Cthulhu so I can keep both of these guys on board. But he could be playing Ancient of War. I don't know what the play here is. I ran out of time. This is the play I'm leaning toward. I think saving the mulch is okay, because a 5/10 would be pretty annoying. And I guess it's nice to get the Disciple of Cthulhu down right now, because it has 1 health, but he can't Hero Power into it this turn since I have the taunt, and he doesn't have a particularly good swipe target. Even if he has like Swipe Wrath, that's his whole turn, and I get to develop a Twin Emperor Veclor into it. I feel like the play here is just Veclor. Swipe plus 2/1 and Hero Power is like okay. Actually, maybe it's pretty good. I don't really have much else I can do along with that. The board state ends with just a 5/7 on my side, where if I trade both of these in here, I have a 5/4 and 2 4/6s. I'm just gonna go for Veclor. The more I thought about it, the better the swipe play seemed, but I don't think it was better than this play. This is just like throw a pile of stats onto the board and make Druid deal with it. I think he would need like double Innervate to have a good way to deal with this board. And he's pumping out the Jades. So Thalnos Swipe does 2. I can just straight up kill this guy if I hero power into it. But then he has like a 3-1 and a 4-2, so that's kind of awkward. So it's probably Thalnos Swipe on this guy. Then this has 4 health, this has 1, hero power into this guy. And then just pop one of these guys in there. Use the one that doesn't have the battle cry. Just in case he somehow ends up with a sap in his hand. Just in case I mulch him into a kidnapper. Then between these two he'd want to return the 4-6, which would be the one with the battle cry. If he had Innervate, Second Swipe, and Thalnos, that would have actually kind of wrecked me right there. But he didn't. This 5-5 is pretty annoying. I kind of want to just mulch it. But if I take this trade here, I have a 4-3, a 4-2, and a 5-7. It's like, does this 5-5 really get that good of a trade anywhere? Just gonna mulch it. Mulching it makes it pretty likely that I have lethal next turn. And to avoid being lethal, he might have to do something awkward. I'm not in love with that mulch. I think I could be convinced that I shouldn't have played mulch there. I think it was good to develop the Arakoa that turn though, as opposed to like Nourish or something. Alright, the Feral Rage was actually pretty good for him there. He slowed me down a lot, so maybe I'm back on the Cthulhu plan. Actually, I think I just go for Aviana+Kun Nourish this turn. Although I don't really have that many minions I can draw into. But I would be able to draw into like 2 Azure Drakes, 1 Cthulhu's Chosen. Let's just go for this. I mean, sometimes I draw Cthulhu here and he just loses. I think he just loses if I draw Cthulhu. I think it's big enough. 16, yeah. That was actually kind of an unusual game with this deck. I just played stuff on curve the whole game.
Malfurion versus Malfurion.
I must protect the one. Nature must be preserved.
I queued into the same druid again. I mean, anything that's not shaman at this rank or warrior I'm pretty happy with. I have a much worse hand this game though. I actually have a pretty similar hand with the Chosen, the Arakoa, and the Veclor. But I don't have Coin or Wild Growth this time, so it's going to be a lot harder to play. I think I'll Hero Power instead of Wrath here. Once I get to turn 4, I have stuff to do. So if I played Wrath this turn, I'd really only be hoping for a turn 3 play, which I don't have many of in my deck, or like a superior 4 through 7. Which would really only be on the turn 5, because my 4, 6, and 7 are all pretty solid. Similar reasoning, just gonna Hero Power again. Looks like he's the one with the curve this game, so I might be in trouble. Do I play the Chosen here? If I play the Chosen, he can either 1-1 or Hero Power plus the 2-2. The alternative is I Hero Power down his 1-1 and Wrath the 2-3. But I do want to play the Chosen. I want to play 2 Cthulhu buffers before I get to my Veclor turn, which is what kind of tips this in favor of the Chosen. As I play him here, I play one of the Arakoas on 6, and then I will be able to play the Veclor on 7. He had a pretty ridiculous hand this game though, so I think I'm gonna lose. I mean, I guess I play Azure Drake here, right? If his hand is like double Innervate, Wild Growth, I don't know. Not more Jade Golem stuff. If it wasn't more Jade Golems, maybe I was still in it. But this board's looking pretty scary. Although Arakoa into Veclor is still pretty strong. Even Arakoa into Veclor into another Arakoa. He probably sends the 3-3 and the 4-4 in here. Okay, I'm dead. What was this dude's curve? Oh my god. This is the world we're gonna live in if the pirate nerfs are as impactful as Blizzard wants them to be. It's gonna be Jade Druid every game. So I think I'm not actually dead here. He uses 6/6/5/5 in hero power and then he only has 7. I don't know how I could possibly recover. But he might be one off here. Man, that game was crazy. This man actually just threatened me with that curve? Dude, your hand played itself. Don't come at me like that.
Malfurion versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
I must protect the wild.
Alright, I think I'm gonna wreck this mage. I'm feeling this game. I'm just gonna hard mulligan for draw and ramp. Okay, I didn't get draw or ramp, but that's okay. Okay, see, there's the wild growth. Alright. We're in a good spot. And we have the Cthulhu already, he's the win condition, so we want him in the opening hand, right? I think that's how Hearthstone works. There's Bran, so I've got half the combo. Now I just need to draw Aviana+Kun and stall for 6 turns. And make sure my Cthulhu's big enough. And make sure he doesn't have Ice Block. I don't think there's really much reason to play Doomsayer here. If he wants to YOLO Bran, then I guess good on him, he got me. Go for Azure Drake. Unfortunately, even if I play Arakoa next turn, the Veclor will not be online on turn 7, but it's still probably a card I don't mind having in this matchup. Just gonna play the Arakoa and go face. Get my Veclor a little closer to being online, put something on the board he has to deal with. And if I can pressure his Ice Block or his Reno early, then this matchup becomes a lot easier. Nice, I got the Polymorph. So even if I have to play the Cthulhu into an Ice Block now, it's hard for him to just deal with the Cthulhu, even if he has the Reno. Let's go ahead and draw the cards here, since Veclor's not online anyway. Those aren't really the cards that I want. He has 9 cards in hand. Wonder if I ever just play Doomsayer here. Probably not. It kills my Azure Drake. And even though he'd have 10 cards in his hand, it's pretty easy for him to develop like an Ice Block or an Ice Barrier into the Doomsayer and not have to waste any cards. My hand is just so awkward. There's nothing that I like actually want to do. He's at 19. What if I just swipe his ass down to 11?
What to do?
How would you respond to that, Mr. Popo? My Cthulhu is sitting at 9. So I think I'm just gonna Doomsayer and then 2 him in the face. This makes his turn kinda awkward if he doesn't have a secret to develop. And the Disciple of Cthulhu, even though I kinda throw it away, it turns on my Veclor.
At last, a worthy disciple.
Okay, so he does have a secret. But that's probably fine. I wasn't really planning on going for anything crazy this turn anyway.
The feast of souls begins.
I guess I should have hero powered first. Although I haven't seen a Kabbalist Tome or a Babbling Book this game, so I was pretty sure it wasn't a mirror entity. And I know now it's not Ice Block, so it's almost certainly... Or I know now it's not Ice Barrier, so it's almost certainly Ice Block. He's actually got me a little spooked here, if I'm being 100% honest with you. I don't want a Feral Rage for armor. Although he can't kill me next turn. He hasn't played Thorson. He'll only be on 9 mana, so there's no Solia, Pyroblast, plus more damage combo. And even if there was, I don't think he's played a Forgotten Torch this game. And actually that wouldn't even be lethal, because I just have armor. So I don't think I need to armor this turn. I can actually pop him this turn. I'm definitely mulching the Alexstrasza. It's not Vaporize. Let's just pop him. And then if he doesn't have Reno, it should be easy to kill him next turn. If he does have Reno, I guess we've got ourselves a game.
We're gonna be rich.
But that's good. I've gotten the Reno and the Ice Block already. So if I just draw my deck, he should die. Just go ahead and draw cards. All I need is Kun. This puts me up to 9 cards in my hand. So I'll just play this guy. I only have 10 cards left in my deck. Are you really gonna send a burn spell at my face? Okay, he's dead here, right? That's not the right order. We play Aviana. We get our mana back. Play Bran. And I really hope I have the damage to kill him here. Yeah, I've even got the swipe in my hand. That was actually a misplay. I should have swiped first. Okay, it doesn't matter. I have the damage. But if I swiped first, then I put 2 damage on the guys, and the Cthulhu shots would have gone face 2 more times instead of killing those. So I could have missed lethal there by doing that.